Welcome friends, Sam here, and today we're going to be talking about new 2025 LEGO Lord of the Rings leaks and the future of this iconic theme. Also, the winner of the Nazgul Fellbeast giveaway was announced in my Evolution of Dragons video, and if you didn't win this time, I'm now giving away an official Grima Wormtongue minifigure. I'll be announcing the winner around the 15th of September, and all you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and comment down on this video. So a couple of months back, I shared how a source had informed me that LEGO was discussing a potential Lord of the Rings revival for 2025, following on from the success of Rivendell and Barad Dur. The information suggested that they were planning another large icon set, along with a couple of smaller sets to test things out. And we already have the Brickheads, of course, but they are the only smaller sets available, and Brickheads just don't quite give us Lord of the Rings fans what we're looking for. Middle-earth and Tolkien's world is made rich by its complex characters, beautiful landscapes, and the attention to detail when it comes to world building and lore, which is why the icon sets, which seem to capture all three of these things, have been so popular. So the possibility of getting another location in this big, large collector set style is very exciting. Now, I have two separate videos breaking down both of the main possibilities. The first is the peaceful and beloved Hobbiton, which LEGO began working on back in 2022 when they were designing Rivendell. In the end, they decided Rivendell needed an updated set more than Bag End, and so Hobbiton was never finished. But if there is concept art and initial designs ready to go at LEGO, then Hobbiton seems like the most likely candidate for the next icon set. But then, on the other hand, we have the grail of us Lord of the Rings fans, which is the White City Minas Tirith. Now, LEGO has never released any kind of sets for Gondor. We don't even have any Gondor soldier minifigures, and the White City would be one of the largest locations ever adapted into a LEGO set, which of course poses some really serious challenges. And I actually broke down all of these challenges and exactly how LEGO could make Minas Tirith in this video here. Now, sadly, in the 3 months since I first shared this news, there's been absolutely nothing new on Hobbiton or Minas Tirith, and the silence has started to make me doubt whether LEGO has actually decided to go ahead with a full LEGO Lord of the Rings revival. So they were talking about it back then, but maybe it just hasn't made the cut at a time when LEGO is reviving a lot of classic themes, creating new themes, and doubling down on their established IP themes like Star Wars and Harry Potter. But that's really not all, because some of you guys will remember that back when I originally shared this, I also mentioned the possibility of seeing sets based on new Lord of the Rings content. And what I've actually heard recently is suggesting that we may be seeing releases to tie in with the multiple new upcoming projects instead of classic revival sets. So the first of these is the War of the Rohirrim, which releases on December 13th, 2024. It follows the story of the legendary king Helm Hammerhand and his war against the Dunlendings during the early Third Age. And because Helm's Deep is named after him, we should be seeing it feature in this new movie along with other familiar locations like Edoras. There is also supposedly a secondary plot focusing on Gondor, which opens the door to some locations there if it plays a big enough part in the story. There is some really fascinating lore behind Rohan, and also their pact and friendship with Gondor, which you can check out in Tolkien's Unfinished Tales in the chapters around Sirion and Eorl. Now, this movie has been getting a lot of mixed reviews so far. Some people really don't like the idea of an animated Middle-earth, but actually before Peter Jackson, animated was the only option with Ralph Bakshi's version, and before that you had to actually read a book. So I find this criticism to be lacking in originality, and with that said, the movie does actually have to be good and justify the choice to make it animated, but if it is, then it's looking more and more likely that we will be seeing a LEGO set or two to tie in with this new film. And then we of course have the Hunt for Gollum, which is not going to be coming until 2026 at the earliest, but will feature the return of characters like Gandalf, Aragorn, Thranduil, Legolas, and of course Gollum. In my opinion, this is where we will see the revival sets we've all been hoping for, except that there'll actually be new sets capturing scenes and moments from this new adventure. Now, I might think Barad Dur and Rivendell are some of the best LEGO sets of all time, but they are very expensive and simply not accessible for many fans, which is why today's sponsor, The Brick News, runs monthly giveaways for your favourite giant collector sets. And for the rest of August, you could win the Red Dragon's Tail and the Medieval Town Square. Plus, next month, they are even running a free-to-enter Barad Dur giveaway, so it's worth signing up now via the link down in the description to make sure you don't miss out. And just to troll you all gently, but I'm also being pretty serious here, the Rings of Power is back soon, for better or for worse, and I'm not going to rip into it too much here. I think we know how I feel about Season 1, but Season 2 is bringing us the first ever live-action depiction of Tom Bombadil, along with new locations like Rhûn, Harad, and more of Númenor. Now, if it is anything like Season 1, all of this is irrelevant, but there is the faintest of dying hopes that it might perform CPR on itself and somehow be an acceptable season 2. And in that case, it's possible that we might actually end up seeing some LEGO releases surrounding it. I didn't like the show, but some of the characters like Elendil and Isildur would be very cool in minifigure form. So it's not looking good for a 2025 revival, but in other ways, the future is bright for LEGO Lord of the Rings, and also for Middle-earth more widely. As soon as I know more about any of this, I will update you guys. Let me know what you think down in those comments, and if you're new here, then be sure to subscribe for all things LEGO.